I beg Arsenal fans at the surrender. I beg you. Me then Richie, and I was there. I surrender. Oh, I surrender. Oh, to Arsenal. I surrender. I surrender.
So why don't I only sing so?
You can go be sing song for you.
It's the VAR room on Westman Studios. Arsenal fans, we apologize. Yankan ye cry.
Say you apologize. Don't say we.
Man can ye. Rich Yankan ye. Many rich Yankan ye cry.
Yankan ye cry.
Today we'll review the UCL games that were played in the quarterfinals, and we'll go straight into action. Barcelona lost in their second leg against Dortmund by 3-1. And we had aggregate scoreline of 5-3. Richie, Barcelona in that game were totally off. And you could see clearly that Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski weren't having their best of games yesterday. Just talk to me about it.
Well, I think they started the game, Dortmund started this game like with a different plan, like unexpected plan, where how things they go. Like going into the game, Dortmund they set up a new system, which is the 3-back.
Yeah.
Barcelona wasn't expecting that system. And you see, there's one thing I want to talk about, the Dortmund going forward. I mean, meeting Inter Milan. Inter Milan is the master of that 3-back in terms of playing wide, opening the flanks and other stuff. Yeah. Inter Milan be one of the team where they master that thing. So I think it is a better, it was actually a good match for Barcelona to learn on that, going forward to meet Inter Milan. I think they have a lot of work to do. I mean, they can try and review whatever they experienced with the Dortmund. It was a good match. No one was expecting Dortmund to be
no one at all.
On fire. But Charlie, Barcelona, I mean, it's actually going to work whenever they meet Inter Milan. That's the question I'm asking. I won't keep much on this game. I
feel like if Ter Stegen was there, I'm sure they would have considered a lot of goals. It would have been what happened at Anfield.
Yeah.
Szczesny did so well against Dortmund yesterday, and that was so brilliant from him.
There's one thing I've realized. Whenever a team press Barcelona on a high pressing, they fumble behind.
They fumble a lot.
Because they have someone like Araujo who is not good on the ball.
Yeah.
It's not. I was even expecting Koundé, who is actually who have total control of the ball, to start as a CB. But then he stick to his plan, and then they make a different.
You still could have started Inigo Martinez, and bench Ronald Araujo.
I think he went in for experience.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Kizito, Aston Villa, PSG. It was a cracker, a very good game, and PSG lost by 3-2, but fortunately for them, they won the first leg 3-1, and they are through to the semi-final. So we had an aggregate scoreline of 5-4 against Aston Villa. As at the 60th minute, it was 3-2 already against PSG. I thought in the 30 minutes, at least Aston Villa would get one goal to just put the game into extra time. But I could see clearly they lacked a bit of experience.
I wouldn't say they lacked experience. What I would say is yesterday, if you really watched that match, you could see that Donnarumma was on fire. He saved PSG on a lot of occasions. And yesterday's match was a classic. I'll put it that way. It was a game of two tactical brains matching each other, cancelling each other out. Yeah. Emery showed us why he's a coach in Europe. Like Europe, by Europe, they are or a tactician. He's not like someone I know. We'll get to him. So talking about PSG, I said this last week. PSG, this current PSG team now, Enrique Abiodeno, is one of the best teams in Europe currently. His midfield of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and João Neves. Vitinha is just like he's a 6, but he's not your typical Busquets type who always.
But yesterday Vitinha in the first half he played so well. But in the second half, when 4 of Aston Villa players were on him. He was totally off.
Good. That's because Vitinha he's not the type like Busquets now, person who man the ball now. He wants his back facing the defense. No, he wants to receive the ball with his face facing the defense. Then he will do what? Distribute. So when Aston Villa put those players of him, he made him not what? Function. But I'll say one thing. What I'll say is, I think Emery is to be blamed a little. Okay. Because yesterday, I think he should have started Watkins instead of Rashford. Although Rashford had a good game, but
no, I also
no. Rashford had a good game.
I disagree.
Rashford had a good game, all right. But
do you know why I disagree?
Nope.
Yesterday, when he even substituted Rashford off,
I mean,
Aston Villa became off.
Like they became
this Rashford always have a good game against
because
PSG.
I felt like he should have rather substituted Morgan Rogers out.
Yeah.
Rashford should have still played. He brought in Asensio. Asensio had a 1-on-1 with Donnarumma, which he missed. So I felt like he shouldn't have dropped, bench, what's his name? Rashford. Because Rashford was playing one of his best games ever in Aston Villa.
Rashford was playing one of his best games. But who is Aston Villa's most prolific finisher in the team? It's Ole Watkins. Ole Watkins is their best striker. So in a match in which you need goals, you don't have anything to lose. You play Watkins and then you find a place for Rashford. You can't even play Rashford on the left.
So what he could have done was that substituted Rogers, Rashford moves back to the left-hand side, and
then you
use
play
Ole Watkins as a number 9. That's all.
That's all.
But he didn't do that.
If you checked yesterday, the Villa fans they made the atmosphere so hostile for PSG. It got to the players. It got to the Paris players at the time. They weren't playing their normal game. And Aston Villa had a lot of chances, but like I said, Donnarumma did a lot of work.
Sounding so like
this is why we love the UEFA Champions League.
No, but Nanaya looks like Nanaya is I don't
calm.
know, but
I'm not calm,
not like it's calm, but I say
don't worry. We'll get to that actual part very soon. Yeah, so Kwesi, just talk to me about Inter Bayern. Another interesting game. We had a 2-2 draw in the second leg and an aggregate scoreline of 4-3.
Yeah.
And Inter played very well. Bayern too in the second leg also were brilliant. Just talk to me about it.
I think when we did the preview, I spoke about the fact that Kompany could only count on the experience of his players. Yeah. And it looks like on the day, the players kind of stood up for him, especially his most experienced players. Yeah. Even Eric Dyer of all people was scoring a goal. Harry Kane of all people was scoring a goal.
They missed. I felt like they missed
Musiala.
Yeah.
Surely, you could see there were chances that Olise was missing, and then I was telling you that I think you were asking me whether he had missed that chance. And yes, clearly it tells you that there are certain moments in the UCL where the quality of the players come into play, and Bayern did well, but it was not enough. And it looks like Inter had done the job previously in the first leg, so they were able to withstand the last minute's pressure. And it tells you how well Inter are able to defend leads when they have it. And that is very important in the UCL. When you are playing against certain teams, you make sure that even if your back is against the wall, how are you able to prevent the teams from scoring? I think Inter did that, especially in the last 10 minutes of the game. And so, though almost all of us called it for an Inter win, but it looks like Bayern came in strong. I mean,
a very good performance.
Yes, with a very, very good performance. They didn't give up. They took the lead.
Not at all.
Inter came to equalize, take the lead again, and Bayern came to equalize again. And
in the last 10 minutes, it was just
all Bayern on Inter and all that. And Inter did well. They've shown us that they have the grit and the tenacity to go on. So I think they should just bring on the semi-final and let's see what they will do against Barcelona.
Not landing forever. Not landing forever. Not landing forever. Should we say Hala Madrid?
Hala Madrid.
Haha Madrid.
Oh, Obia won the master. Obiani the master. May say Real Madrid won the master. Real Madrid won the master. Let's go straight into the most like interesting game of the quarterfinal second leg. And
2 minutes Biana video namu. Oh, and Mguasie.
Arsenal lost. Arsenal won. Sorry. Hey, Arsenal fans, I'm sorry. Arsenal won against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. Almost to stadium but still. Almost Real Madrid 2-1. And we had an aggregate scoreline of 5-1.
Yeah.
And Arsenal played the around football very well. They played on a counter, and fortunately for them, they had a win. Kisito, talk to me about Real Madrid Arsenal.
You see, coming into this game, when you go on social media, every Madrid page, 2 minutes be a comeback video, 2 minutes be a comeback video.
I did some.
I shared some. You see, it pumped with the fans. It gave us vigor. We thought something good was coming to happen. Then
Ultra fans need now bow out.
Chairman.
I say Kobo is your final.
It was like, then the lineup came. The moment I saw the lineup, I texted Richie. Now I'm catching Richie. Say, Richie, Enfa.
I didn't tell you Enfa.
Oh, Enfa. When I saw the back line, I knew Enfa.
But who was he expecting?
Who are you expecting to play?
I would have played Frank Garcia on the left.
What is
This
it with
Frank
you
Garcia
and
came in,
Arteta?
and then
No,
Madrid started conceding.
No,
Yeah.
listen, it's not.
As soon as
it's
he
not
came
what-
in, Madrid
it's
started
not what with
conceding.
me and Alaba.
Yeah.
We all saw what Alaba did in that first 20 minutes, although we didn't concede, but everybody saw that he was leaking. Saka was having a
Alaba
feeling.
is
See,
leaking.
truth be told, Alaba should have been sent off for that second tackle on Saka. Let's go into the match. Today's match, I would say, apart from Courtois, the whole 11, apart from Courtois, everyone was off, including the coach himself. Because it's the coach who selects the players onto the pitch. So if after halftime you see that everyone is off, what do you have to do? You have to do changes.
I be on your changes. Frank
What?
Garcia,
You have
Frank
to wait
Garcia
for
brought.
65 minutes
As soon
before
as he made the changes,
That was when the goal started.
Vinny was off.
Uh-huh.
Bellingham was off.
So who should have come in?
Was,
Who should have come
you
in?
You take off Bellingham. You bring on Ada Goulet in his place. Ada Goulet can play the 10. He can play the 8. You take off Rodrigo. You bring on who? You bring on Brahim Diaz. You can take off Vinny, push Mbappe to the left if you don't want to take off Mbappe because we know.
Now Hendrick Carbon 9.
Then you play Hendrick. Simple.
Obracho
We don't have
Hendrick.
anything to lose. We did not have anything to lose. We were already down by 3. So what were you trying to play? You played a midfield which had no creativity. Who was going to create? Valverde, Jeng, Chouameni, Jeng. Bellingham, he was just dirtying himself on the floor. Oh, Chairman.
We're attacking, sir.
90 minutes, all he did was make his jersey green. As for John Mahama, planting trees.
Hey.
Charlie.
Hey, back with Bellingham now. You know,
Oh, no, it's
future
true.
Ballon d'Or.
You see, Mahama wants Ghana to become green. So he has launched planting trees so that Ghana will become green. That's what Bellingham did. He wore white and then turned it into green.
But that's what they call
He was
it.
greening
Maybe
himself.
who Zidane.
I said, I know you want more shit.
But you know now,
I said, I call class 2. I am born attacking our Kodia ground. Why you feel?
But you know now, in 4 games, Arsenal have won 3 against Real Madrid.
A whole Arsenal. Hey, sorry. Arsenal.
Of course, the whole has now beat
how many
you.
master? I don't know. Who master?
Arsenal, Chelsea, crowd in the form. Arsenal.
My guy.
Charlie,
Focus, man.
see,
Check.
today, I had vim. But after what I've seen, Charlie,
As I told you.
they are family mono.
Check, I
Don't
told
for
you.
Bravo,
they are
I
family
tell you.
mono.
I told you.
For Akuma Madrid, babe.
Oh, Madrid, I'm the Makuman, the Omodia.
Hey.
Oh, it's true.
What do I come on?
Oh, my first love is Madrid.
Your second love?
My mom.
Okay.
That's it.
Ow. Richie, just talk to me about Real Madrid versus Arsenal's game.
You see, it be hard time. Madrid fans should accept this. This be the reality. See, this Madrid team is it's full of average players. They created with the Madrid
Stop
jersey.
that. Stop that.
Let's face the fact.
Stop that.
Let's
The
I'm
fact
coming,
that
please.
Omenyom day today doesn't mean they are. No, wait. You can't tell me the average
Hey.
players. What do you mean by average players? You bought Enzo Fernandez for 120. No, I saw a player.
Open
Who wants Enzo? Jadine Koboy. Oh, Koboy.
Richie is on the
It's
floor.
McAllister that we want, not Enzo. Enzo Koboy.
Let's Richie make his
my
point.
Richie in
Send him and squad, go with him.
Okay, that's it.
This Madrid squad, take Rudiger out, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham. I will consider Jude Bellingham.
Then Courtois.
Courtois, a world class. I've already mentioned Mbappe, right?
What's of Vinicius?
Oh,
No. Charlie.
Oh, but he was second on the.
No, come on.
No, he was second.
Forget
On
him.
what?
Forget
On
him.
what?
Forget
But
him.
Vinicius is like maybe top 3 left
we
wingers in the world.
there was a time Jorginho wanted to even win Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or there, it's not a yardstick, but let's face
And
the
the Ballon d'Or,
fact.
ne yastic.
Camavinga is an average player.
Chouameni.
Mendy, who wasn't even part of the
squad.
Yeah, And this guy, what's this guy?
Fran Garcia.
I'll consider Vasquez is
Experience.
actually a world class player.
Vasquez, a world class.
Sorry.
Modric.
Valverde, sorry.
Valverde.
Valverde, Valverde, I mean. The rest of them are average players. They are just decorated by the Madrid jersey. It's hard time they have to accept that.
Also, let's also applaud Arsenal. Because
Oh,
they
of
played
course.
some good
Of
football.
course. You see,
Saka,
going-
Partey, Luis Kelly. Oh, brilliant.
Going into the game, I think Arsenal had a plan. From touching down Spain, their training, whatever they did was really planned. And so far as Arteta was coming from Spain, he knew the grounds, he knew the environment,
culture, yeah.
everything. I saw a post whereby Arsenal went to a school to train. I was like, fine. They were trying to avoid the media and even the Madrid fan from knowing whatever they are
I'm
planning
sure
for.
sometimes it's a bit of pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it actually works for them.
Yeah.
This one thing we just have to accept. I don't see Madrid beating Arsenal even in the future.
Never.
No.
It will never happen.
Bosom
Okan
Bobo.
Semo.
Bosom
Okan
Bobo.
Semo.
Okay.
Let's
Okan
face them.
Semo.
Bosom
Monda
and
Carlo
Bobo.
ase.
Kwesi,
Bosom
Monda
Bobo la
Carlo ase.
nkakotoko kita eyi your friend is saying
Championship
championship
League.
bay 20 because we need Bosom si omo.
Na Ala
Kwesi,
League dominate
let's talk
Africa.
to me about Real Madrid Arsenal game.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is something that the popular people who used to watch Dates Rush, there was a girl on Dates Rush called Fatima. And she said that too much talk no the full basket.
Ada.
Ni treat say kasa dodo and top onko.
And top on call.
Kasa tintin and top
But
onko.
sometimes I thought Nemchie.
Before the game, we all saw. I mean, everybody saw what Real Madrid were doing.
But you know, this was the very first time I saw Real Madrid
We
playing,
talked to Charlie.
going to play a second league game and like Omo Kasamo.
Even against Paris, we
But I
didn't
blame
talk like that.
the players.
No, I think that essentially tells you that the
pressure.
the Madrid rather give themselves pressure than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because
Arsenal knew they had beaten you 3-0. I mean, they just have to come. They can choose to come and defend their 3-0 lead. They can choose to come and play their game. They put the pressure on you. They are telling you that I have scored you. Just I'm posing a question to you. Come and answer. And unfortunately, Madrid couldn't answer that question. I think in the preview I spoke about the fact that Arteta should not go and pack the bar so
Yes,
much.
yes.
And yes, of course, there were phases and game states that he had to. Play a low block, which was understandable because Madrid were all out attacking.
Yes.
And so if you're Arteta, of course, there are game states that there are certain phases in the game where you have to defend. But overall, total, perfect game plan. Arteta, he said he was going to do his talking on the pitch.
And
I was glad that, they silenced Madrid,
Yeah,
beating them
silence
home and
Truth
away.
be told, we didn't create any useful, like I would say, any useful, like serious chance that would
it tells
threaten
you,
us.
it tells you that Arteta had done his homework on Madrid because this is the same Madrid team that caught Man City and beat them, right? So Arteta did his homework well, and I'm happy for him. At least he has shown that the whole talk about the English Premier League being an inferior league to La Liga or whatever it is. This Kizito will come and say the
It's
English
boom
Premier
boom.
League is
I will
boom
continue
boom.
to say
the
it.
boom boom
It's
has
boom
been
boom.
able to defeat the ball fair, and that's the most important aspect of it.
No, just 30 seconds. You see, the reason why if I do this about Ancelotti, you guys will say, "Oh, I hate him." I don't hate him. Oh. Even me in Ghana, in Labadi, knew that the boy Arteta will come and play Madrid, and he did the same. He played the same thing. You, Carlo, who is being paid big money, what did you do? You had no game plan. You just send the players onto the pitch. Go and do your thing.
Carlo had no
And that
game
was-
plan
he had no
since,
game plan.
since, but he has been successful with that.
See, that will be another. We'll have a day for that
No.
one. We'll have a
He's
day
your
for
most
that topic.
successful coach, whether
We'll
you
have-
like it or not.
We'll have a whole
He's your
edition
most
for that
successful
topic.
coach.
Don't worry.
You don't
we'll
have
a whole
any coach closer
We'll have
to
a
him.
whole edition for that topic.
I don't have time for that whole edition.
So Madrid Mochiam master. Next time, just keep quiet.
We'll catch them again.
Yeah,
don't
just
worry.
keep quiet.
Oh,
Mokasa too
yeah,
much.
bre.
Mokasa
Catch them here,
sa.
boom,
Ya bremo. So
15-time champions, eh?
oh,
Wait,
no
Brand
confuse.
Arsenal. So Inter are through to the semi-finals. Barcelona also through.
Yeah.
Arsenal through, and
PSG.
PSG are also through. So one Italian team, one English team, one Spanish team, and one which
France.
Yeah, so
One
we have
French
team. Yeah, one French team.
So to our viewers, just go on our YouTube channel. Just subscribe to our channel, Westman Studios VAR Room. Just like, comment, and share. And most importantly,
Subscribe.
subscribe to our page. It's a wrap from us. Arsenal fans, that's all.